If you're a returning viewer or tuning in for the first time, hello there, I'm Stephen. This is Inaka Vibes, and we're a family who moved to the remote Japanese countryside back in 2023. Thanks for joining us as we share moments from our everyday life here. Subscribe to the channel and give us a like if you wish. All your support really helps. Right now on the island, sugarcane harvest is in full swing. The tall stalks that stood proudly in the fields for months have been cut down. It does make the landscape feel a lot more open. My wife and I both enjoy surfing, so we're always checking the coastline for waves. This time of year, the wind can shift directions pretty quickly, so it can be tricky to know which spot will be best. Even with all the technology we have now, the weather can still surprise us, sometimes in the wrong way. The last spot we checked was still not so good for surfing this time. But no worries, the beach is always a perfect playground for our dog Rufy. The tide was especially low this week, exposing rocks which are usually submerged. We heard that during this season, especially with the really low tides, local people enjoy exploring the rocky shore. They search for a type of shellfish called anago here on the island. Since it's our 4th year living here, we finally decided to give it a try. I mean, how hard can it be? Apparently they hide in the nooks and crannies between rocks, so we started searching in places that looked promising. We soon found something else, kame-no-te, which translated pretty much means turtle's hands. Of course it's not that, but just a kind of barnacle. Well, like anything there, if you've never done it, you don't know. I tried prying a few loose, but my technique was awful. Definitely have to learn how to do it properly. We don't usually spend time around these particular rocky areas. There's quite a bit of marine life going on. After about an hour of searching, still no luck, and honestly it didn't feel like we were going to find any anago, so we called it a day. Money man. But stick around and we'll show you later on what these shellfish actually look and kind of taste like. Back at home and our summer vegetables are coming along nicely. The tomato plants are now big enough to be transplanted to the farm. Then the shiso goes in next to the cucumbers. Actually, the cucumbers are growing well this year, after a complete failure for some reason last year, so that's good news. We're also trying something new this season, growing gherkins to make pickles, which is exciting. And since last year's nukazuke, our fermented rice bran bed, went bad because we didn't use and mix it regularly enough, we've decided to start fresh this year. For anyone not familiar, nukazuke is a traditional Japanese way of pickling vegetables using fermented rice bran. My wife Yumi starts by mixing rice bran with salt and water. Then adds kombu, dried chili and shiitake mushrooms, along with some vegetable scraps to start the fermentation. By mixing it every day and letting it ferment, it slowly develops flavor. It'll be ready after about 20 days, at which point you can start pickling vegetables. If the cucumbers continue growing strong, nukazuke pickles are what we're looking forward to most. Now back to those anago shellfish we were searching for earlier. Since we couldn't find any on the rocks, we bought some to show you all. We have received them from neighbors before, but this was actually our first time buying them. Bit expensive if you ask me, but anyway. Our lunches are usually very simple, but today we decided to treat ourselves. island anago shellfish and fresh sashimi.
Right, give it 10 minutes.
Along with some more of those kame-no-te barnacles, which are right in season now. Just give them a boil in some salted water. The cooking broth smells of the ocean, so we saved it to make some soup.
Oh, right. Oh, that's what we were trying to find, eh? Gosh. Maybe they're around there, but you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You need to train your eye, otherwise you wouldn't know what you're looking for. It's just
Yeah.
camouflage like the rock.
The anago came pre-boiled, so we just gave them a light steam.
Very good.
So even though it wasn't our own catch, trying something the island offers was great. Next time we'll take a local with to show us the ropes.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bottom part is quite soft and tender, the top part's a little chewy, but oh, that's got a sea flavor as well.
Thanks so much for spending a few minutes of your time with us. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and give us a like if you can. Really helps our small channel grow.
Very tasty, yeah.
And we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
It's got a bit of moss on it. That's half of it.
Take care and we'll see you next time.